Hello, everyone. I am James Milan, and this is the DEI update. DEI, of course, is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I am speaking with our DEI director for the town, Jillian Harvey. Hey, Jill. Always good to see you. Always good to talk to you. We will talk about, as we always do, things that have just happened. April was a busy month, I know, and things that are coming up. We actually want, well, I should say April and May, but we will start, however, just by getting an update on something that you and I have also spoken about in recent months, and that is the fact that you're getting some help with your more than full plate. So some additions, I think, to your department or to the department. So please tell us how that is going.
Yeah. So again, thanks for always having me. It's always fun. So I'm super excited to share that our community outreach and engagement coordinator position has been filled. So Teresa Marzilli has joined the DEI division, and she'll be working alongside me to help strategize different ways we can expand our outreach and engagement for the Arlington community. We have also held first round interviews for the ADA coordinator position. So I'm really hoping that can get second rounds booked soon and get that position filled as well, because it's vital. So I'm hoping that moves along quickly. But yeah, I'm really excited. Teresa started this week, so we're just getting acclimated to everything, and soon she'll be out there meeting community members. I would say additionally, just on the organizational side, I'm really excited to share at the release of the Mass Municipal DEI guide that I worked on over the last 7 or so months. So a little over a year ago, and I don't know, I probably shared it with you like a year ago, that I co-founded the Massachusetts Municipal Diversity
Yes,
Coalition. And it's a group of professional DEI practitioners in the local mass government space that share experiences, compare best practices, and support each other through common challenges. So we meet every first and third Friday, but we recognized a need for more guidance in the DEI arena for towns and cities. So a small subgroup of us worked on a DEI guide written by and for municipal leadership and practitioners. So it launched a couple of weeks ago. I'm really excited, and it was made possible by working with MAPC as well. So that's available. It's on the town website if folks want to check it out and share it as well. But I'm just really glad because I've already had feedback that some new folks in this arena have found it useful for their jobs.
I have no doubt about that. And really, congratulations on getting something that large and that important, and that can have ramifications and benefits going forward in ways that you would predict and ways that you can't predict. But no doubt the work that you and the others have put in will pay great dividends going forward. I also wanted to say congratulations on getting a community engagement coordinator in there, because I know it must have been frustrating to you in a lot of ways over these last years to have so much on your plate, as we often reference, that just kind of getting to all that doesn't allow enough time for you to actually get the word out to people about what you're doing. So you're spending so much time doing what you're doing and not enough time letting people, having effective means of having our population know about it. So hopefully that will, your job will be both easier, but also just kind of amplified in exactly the way that we want it to be.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I'll bet. I'll bet. So good luck. And yeah, hopefully, next time or sometime soon, we'll be talking about the ADA coordinator also being now an actual person instead of just a position that's open. So that would be
Hope
great.
so.
All right, great. So lots of times we always talk about things that have just happened in your sphere and things that are coming up. So let's start by looking back a little bit. I had mentioned that April is always a busy month, but of course we've had April and May, and we're now halfway through June, obviously. So just tell us how did things go? When I think about April, I think, oh man, that's particularly active for the various committees that you're involved with. So just give us a recap of the recent months.
Yeah, so April we had all of the Student Against Racism programming, which went really well. May was super busy too. The Disability Commission did a couple of events with True Stewart Theater. They had their active bystander training and a what is it called? Playback series for youth with disabilities. So both of those went really well. And then, yeah, June is hopping too. So Pride Month, we've got June now. We're in it to win it. The LGBTQI plus Rainbow Commission had a number of events and working with the Council on Aging as well. So I don't know if you've been down Mass Ave. I'm sure you have.
Absolutely.
So Pride banners are up in Arlington Center. There's 3 different crosswalk intersections that have been painted rainbow, both in Arlington Center, the Heights, and East Arlington. And so just that visibility has made such a difference, and folks reaching out to the commission, just thanking them for, making folks aware and representing. They also had their Pride Fest this past Sunday, the 12th, in the town gardens, and it was a hit. Over the course of the afternoon, at least 300 people had stopped by. Yeah, and it was really great. Select board members there, folks from APD, superintendent of schools, Senator Friedman. So it was really well attended. And they had karaoke. Also, the Pride Proclamation was read, and it was read by a number of different folks. So that also had meaning just to highlight some of the different relationships that are vital to the commission and the community. So it was a really great day. I'm super proud of them. And yeah, what else we have? The Disability Commission, actually just yesterday, we had our emergency preparedness training that was presented by the Massachusetts Office on Disabilities. So it was super informative on how to be prepared and explore how to ensure that people with disabilities have the assistance they need in times of an emergency. All of the attendees also received a full emergency go pack. So backpacks that were full of essential items that might be needed during an emergency, like a flashlight that isn't run on batteries, it's a crank, because batteries, over time, if you have a pack and 5 years go by and then you finally use it, batteries probably aren't gonna work. So stuff like that, water packets that are like extended life, all kinds of items that I didn't really know we should all have, just in case. You never know what can happen. But the training went really well, and I know everyone who attended was super grateful for the information that they got. And all of the information as well is available on the website. We have the brochure that was made available too. That's there. Or if folks want to contact me, I can share all that information too. So it's been pretty busy.
Surprise, right? There's a shocker, right? So I expect it'll be similar in turn as I ask you to now, face forward and look ahead a little bit and tell us about anything coming up of note.
Yeah. So next week, on Monday, the town offices will be closed in observance of the Juneteenth holiday, which is on Sunday, the 19th, but we'll be celebrating on Monday. And then next Friday as well, a group of community members have come together to put together a small commemoration for Prince Hall. last year, I want to say, Prince Hall Day was declared and a resolution was passed. So there'll be a reading of the charge, I believe, on the front steps of Town Hall next Friday. And then what else? July.
Just remind our viewers about Prince Hall.
Yeah, so Prince Hall is a figure here, African-American figure here in Arlington, who was one of the leaders of the Masonic Lodge, and there was a cemetery in town, but a pretty important figure that we probably should be giving more recognition to. And so I think that passing the resolution and having this reading is going to help with that, because there's a lot of history here in Arlington that we don't always give credit to. What else?
Right. So this is, it's kind of a step in the right direction, with, we hope, more to come, more recognition of more different folks who have been important in this town's history, and probably have been largely ignored in recounting that history, as has been the lamentable situation of many people of color over a long, long time, for sure. But clearly Arlington is a community that wants to address such things and make the amends that it is possible to do. Is so great to hear that. Are we missing? I'm sorry, I may have interrupted you also as you were describing.
No, I think my internet froze. Technology. Yeah, so that's happening. And then in July, on the 14th, we have a session with the Council on Aging, the Disability Commission, and True Story Theater, doing a hybrid performance. So it's stories of living with invisible disabilities. So that'll be at the community center. We're excited to use the space, but folks who still want to participate on Zoom will be able to too. So that will be a playback series of stories of people living with invisible disabilities, and how to kind of just share their experiences and see what it's like. Just having, folks who are participating share meaningful moments from their own experiences, and then the actors will be able to bring that to life. So that's going to be taking place mid-July. And yeah, otherwise things are moving.
Yeah, that that True Story event that you were just describing for July, it always, the work that they do is always very affecting, but that sounds like a very powerful use of the way that they do this playback theater that they do. It really is going to allow people to get some real direct flavor or sense, I should say, excuse me, of what folks are dealing with all around us. And as you say, it's largely invisible to those of us who are lucky enough not to have to worry about such things for ourselves.
Yeah.
So very glad to hear that is coming up in July. Anything we've missed?
I don't think so. Just in the background, the community equity audit is underway. I'm meeting weekly with our consultants, and soon enough we'll be kind of expanding, having a larger team working on it. And yeah, we'll be starting to get the community involved in a couple of months as we follow their timeline. So that's moving really quickly.
Great. Yeah, and that is something we have discussed in the past, and will undoubtedly be returning to in future updates. So all right, let you get back to work. But thank you, as always, so much for your time, Jill, and for explaining so much of what is going on in an office that, again, has been vital from day one, and which thankfully is expanding.
Thank you. I always enjoy talking with you, James.
All right. Well, she is Jillian Harvey. She is the DEI director for our town here in Arlington. I am James Millan. This has been the DEI update. We appreciate Jill's time. We always do. It's very precious. We also appreciate your time out there. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.